Alright, so we're going to be talking about expressing dynamics, and so just a little note. This lesson plan is made for like first through third grade, so I'm gonna talk to you like adults. So expressing dynamics and what it really means. So does anybody know how to like hit a drum? Alright, cool. Somebody's gonna hit a drum, and I'm gonna ask you to act like a tree, and you're gonna like start off really slow, like. It's going to get louder and your intensity is going to get faster. You're going to move along to the dynamics of the drum beat. So we can all stand up. Does anybody want to volunteer to drum? Okay.
I'll be the trees.
Sweet. Alright, so root yourself in. Gotta get your roots in. Act like a tree. Put like leaves and everything. And then just start moving. When you started moving, when the intensity of the drumming started getting faster, what did you end up doing? Moving more. So you could so the intensity of your action was getting more fluid. Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're gonna do a march. I'll play drum for this one, and basically you guys are gonna start off small when it's quiet, and when it gets louder, just like do whatever you want. And if you want, you could act like a tree as well, and just start moving all willy-nilly all over the room. So we're gonna listen to this piece called Parade. It's definitely a march. So with your piece of paper, we're gonna listen to it once first. Just listening to it, so you can get like a feel for it. So what do you guys notice about the piece?
It's very marchy.
Alright, so it's a march.
Has a lot of contrast in it.
Alright.
The dynamics changed a lot as well.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to give you guys an example first, and then we're going to listen to it again, and you guys are going to map it out. But did you guys notice anything, what was the first thing that happened in the song? If not, it's totally okay.
I don't remember.
No problem. Alright. So it starts off with this boom, and then it goes like super soft. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna like map out the song basically with dynamics. So I'm gonna start with like a giant like exclamation point. It's like it starts off like wah, and then like throughout the song, it just starts growing and growing and growing, and then around like this part, when there's like that decreasing, it just kind of like it like sustains for a really long time, and then it pretty much just starts dying down again, and it kind of like fades into silence, right? It was like a marching in a way type thing. So we're gonna listen to it again. You guys are gonna map it out, and then you guys can grab any instrument you want. And you guys are gonna create your own little piece and like try to use this map as like a reference guide. If you guys can tweak the reference map or to make it your own, or you can just follow it. Right, so everyone got their little reference map. Alright, cool. You guys can go ahead and just like pick any instrument you want. And it doesn't have to be long, it can be 30 seconds, it could be as long as you want, it could be 2 minutes. If you guys want to like get together too, like do like a joint piece, that'd be awesome too. If you guys want. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, let's do that. Actually,
Yeah.
okay.
Shall we?
Yeah.
I'm assuming we all have similar things, so.
Yeah.
Just wanna go for it and,
Sure.
okay? There you go.
Alright, cool. So what was your So you guys just kind of like went for it. I kind of know.
Mhm.
So like,
Yeah.
if you guys were to try to kind of like write it out, or not so much like notate it, like you don't have to like get like five lines and like do all that.
Mhm.
But like, since it was mostly just a rhythmic thing, it was all percussion. How do you think you guys would try to like incorporate to make it more like tuned, I guess?
Like so you can repeat it again.
Yeah.
I think the thing I was kind of going for, I was trying to like be like the little brass kind of in the back, like this one.
Okay.
Add like a little variation to this, make it
Okay.
more interesting for myself. So I
Mhm.
think, yeah, kind of like having cards for each like instrument and kind
Okay.
of trying to.
So another hypothetical question: if you guys were like performing, what like, or like, what was kind of like not the inspiration, but kind of like the background, like how he was like the low brass. What were you guys kind of picturing in your head while you were playing?
I was kind of picturing in my head more the melodic part of the piece.
Okay.
And trying to figure out how to put that onto a drum. It was definitely more flowy and
Mhm.
more like that, which is kind of hard to do on a drum.
Yeah, it was
but
more
I was just
connected.
trying to make it a little bit more connected, a little more simple as well,
Mhm.
to kind of show the smooth.
Yeah, it was cool how like, cause he was doing like the low brass thing, and you're kind of not echoing him, but like you were on some parts with him, and then like you do your own thing, and so like it kind of like stood out. So it was almost like you guys were like connected on low brass, and then like you kind of branched out and did your own thing, which is kind of cool to see. What did you kind of?
I mean, I was just kind of thinking of like the pop.
Okay.
A little bit, just to kind of keep it like rhythmically.
Yeah, for sure. Try to keep the, not the background, but like just the
Just the pulse.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, well, so if you guys could explain dynamics, what would you guys say it is? I used a specific word a couple times when we were moving around. If you guys don't remember, it's totally cool, but what do you guys think dynamics really is?
I would just say like a growing or like a decreasing of like expression.
Okay, and so like when you play an instrument, how do you make your instrument grow?
More energy.
All right, so energy, intensity. So like you play saxophone, correct?
Yeah.
So when you're trying to get something super loud, how do you get that out?
More air.
So like fill up your tank with air and like push,
Mm-hmm.
and you sing as well, correct?
Yeah.
So you have to like build up that tank and really just
Mhm.
kind of let out. And you got to bring that drive and that intensity to your
Support.
dynamic. And even when like you're like in fact like singing, like if you're singing like piano, you still have to have that intensity, because you can't just like let it like drown, but you gotta like stay on top of it,
Mhm.
and you gotta keep that energy driving. And so pretty much in conclusion, dynamics is more the intensity rather than just loud and soft.